Hello everyone, welcome to Full Moon Movies. Planet Earth is one of those rare documentary experiences that quietly recalibrates how we see the world. When it first aired, it wasn't just simply presenting nature as spectacle, but as a story layered, fragile, and deeply interconnected. In a landscape where we often turn to films to understand human emotion, conflict, and meaning, Planet Earth reminds us that storytelling doesn't begin or end with us. In fact, there are narratives unfolding every second across mountains, oceans, deserts, and forests, and this series teaches us how to notice them. What makes Planet Earth so powerful is its sense of scale balanced with intimacy. Each episode moves effortlessly between vast landscapes and small, almost invisible moments of survival. Predators hunt, prey adapts, seasons shift, and the entire ecosystem responds in a way that feels both ancient and immediate. There are no forced dramas here. The tension comes from reality itself, from the simple fact that life on this planet is constantly negotiating existence. Watching it, you realize that many of the emotional beats we associate with human cinema, such as fear, patience, resilience, loss, which are already present in nature, expressed without dialogue. Despite being the first entry in what would later become Planet Earth 2 and Planet Earth 3, this original series lays the foundation for everything that follows. It establishes the visual language, the narrative, rhythm, and the philosophical approach that later seasons will refine. Now, the idea that nature documentaries can be cinematic without being sensationalized begins here. Later series builds on its technical confidence, but the emotional and conceptual groundwork, like treating the nature as living systems rather than isolated spectacles, is firmly rooted in the first collection. Technically, Planet Earth was revolutionary for its time. Many of the environments captured had never been filmed in such detail before, not because they were inaccessible in theory, but because existing filmmaking tools simply couldn't cope with the conditions. Extreme cold, high altitudes, deep oceans, and low lighting environments posed limitations that the production team actively challenged. Now, custom rigs, stabilized aerial platforms, time-lapse innovations, and long-lens wildlife tracking pushed the documentary cinematography into new territory. The result is footage that doesn't feel observational from a distance, but immersive, as if the cameras has learned how to exist within these spaces rather than intrude upon them. What's striking is how restrained the series remains despite these breakthroughs. Color is rich but never exaggerated. Movement is fluid but never disorienting. The visuals serve understanding rather than distraction. Now, this discipline is what allows Planet Earth to age so gracefully. Even when viewed today in HD 1080p rather than the newer 4K restorations, the imagery holds its power. On an OLED or UHD television, the color contrast, depth, and natural color gradation still shine, especially when paired with decent sound systems or even a simple soundbar. The immersive sound design, like the wind across plains, water beneath ice, distant animal calls, completes the experience, reminding us that nature is as much heard as it is seen. The 4D sets all invites in a different kind of viewing rhythm. Unlike narrative films that pull you forward through plot, Planet Earth encourages pause and reflection. You can watch an episode end to end or return to individual segments, letting specific environments linger in your mind. It becomes a space for recalibration, a reminder that while human stories help us to understand ourselves, nature stories help us to understand our place. In a media world saturated with the human conflict, ambition, and crisis, Planet Earth offers perspective. It doesn't diminish human storytelling, it in fact complements it. By witnessing the quiet intelligence of ecosystems and the delicate balance that sustains them, we are reminded that our dramas exist within a much larger narrative. Now, this series doesn't ask you to escape reality. In fact, it asks us to reconnect with it. Seen today, Planet Earth, the complete series, stands not just as a landmark documentary, but as a foundation. It set the standard, challenged technical limitation, and proved that nature filmmaking could be as emotionally engaging as any scripted film. Whether you're revisiting it or rediscovering it for the first time, this collection remains essential viewing, not only for what it shows us about the planet, but for what it gently teaches us about attention, patience, and wonder. Now, Planet Earth, the complete series, is a must watch.